all I have to say is lol. So I said I'd bring out gameplay of those 3 games on my PSP, but it proved way too hard to be able to do it. So screw it. Just gonna show some basic gameplay, just by holding it up. Show what the games are like, etc. So first we have Burnout Legends. As you can see by the title. So let's get this thing started. Maybe if I turn the brightness down, maybe it also helps. Who knows? Oh, gotta wait for the game to start to be able to change anything brightness wise. And right now it's reflecting the friggin' screen. So maybe let's try to aim it down more. So just yeah, so this is the first game on my PSP, first game that I purchased. I do have 2 games that I don't actually have on the system right now, because I don't really care for them. Pursuit Force, bullshit hard, and Kills and Liberation. I half played through that game when I used to own it on disc, on UMD. I got both those games for free as part of the Welcome Back package. And this is the first game for the PSP that I legitimately bought, and I've owned it before on UMD before, many times. Burnout Legends. So, as you can see here, we've got World Tour. Get to now. So the music includes, can't remember exactly, so 21 songs. Yeah, that's right. There's 21 songs, which are like pretty much the 21 best songs from the Burnout Revenge soundtrack, which the Burnout Revenge soundtrack is 42 songs. Those are basically the 21 best songs in Revenge. So now let's go to World Tour. And maybe it helps to actually turn this down a bit. Okay, World Tour mode. We've got Compact, Muscle, Coupe, Sport, and Super. So we'll go into them. As you can see down the bottom, it says I have all the gold medals. So I've got 13 out of 13 gold medals for the Compact series. So that's 13 events for that. For the Muscle series, it's 13 events. For the Coupe, it's 15. For the Sport, I think it's 18. Yep. And then for Super, it's 16. I think that's 16. So as you can see, when you go into the World Tour mode, it brings up a menu of the world, like an atlas view. So these circles indicate locations around the world, aka tracks. So this is the interstate loop. Click on it, it comes with a little picture of it. You've got a race, road rage, and a face-off mode. Let's go to another track. So Winter City. It's a burning lap. Probably can't see the text very well, but it says burning lap, which is basically a 1-lap time trial. Where else are we now? Dockside, burning lap. Let's go back a bit. wherever that's Interstate Loop. Silver Lake. You got a Pursuit and an Eliminator event. Once again, the picture down the bottom. And then of course you have the Grand Prix, which just shows, you know, the Burnout Legends symbol, and it's the Grand Prix. It's 3 races, and you got to win gold overall. You get 6 points if you come first, and then, you know, it varies downwards in the other ranks. And then here you have the Legend GP, once again with the Burnout symbol, Legend symbol. But yeah, that's the World Tour mode. Single event, you can just create any event. Road Rage is my favorite, so we'll do that. You can select the location, the region, USA, Europe, or Asia, isn't it? Or East, Far East, they say. When you select an area, you can go down to the track, and you can select the track. Sorry, you can't really see it. But yeah. So that is basically... Oh, we'll quickly show the multiplayer if I can show anything. So here there's multiplayer as an option. So we'll go into that. Multiplayer. Well, you got to... There actually has to be someone there. And there we go. Join game, single event, tournament, or collector challenge. Collector challenge is for collector cars, etc., etc. Driver details. Oh, driver details. No, multiplayer. Game sharing. Then it'll try to connect with someone even though there's no one around. So yeah, you get the idea. Back to the home screen. So far, how long? Oh, we're 6 minutes in. Just keeping track of the time. Alright. So that was Burnout Legends. So now let's move on and go to Angry Birds. However, this is a PlayStation Mini, not a PlayStation Portable game. So in we go. Loading up, a little health and safety warning procedure. Thingamabob, give a shit. Let's just load. As you can see, I'm just tapping away the bloody X button, just get it started. Distraction. Distraction of the guys that ported the game to the PlayStation Portable and PlayStation 3. Now what you do on Angry Birds for PlayStation, what you got to do is let's just get into a level first. We'll just go first level in the game. So what you got to do to actually play the game on the PlayStation Portable and PlayStation 3, you got to use the analog stick as I am here, and then you can just release it and it actually flings them, but it actually tells you to pull down with the analog stick and then press the X button to let it go. That's what they say to do. So besides that, just a different control scheme from the iPod Touch. Besides that, it's just Angry Birds, made available for PlayStation systems. It's exactly the same basically. The menus are more linear, like the menus are very straightforward on the PSP and PlayStation 3 because you actually got to scroll through with the, with control with buttons. So so there's not all the menus. You don't have the achievements either that are on the iPod version. That kind of sucks. I wish they could have just incorporated it into the actual game layout and the menu and all that. Last but not least, the second game I got new today, along with Angry Birds, Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars. I absolutely love this game on the Nintendo DS. So let's get the thing started. It's random how awkward this video is with me just having a PSP for eyes, basically. But yeah, I'm doing this so I can see the screen, so I can see if you guys can see the PSP screen or not. Because there's no point making the whole video if you're not going to be able to see it. Am I right? Yes, I am right. Okay, so I loaded into the game already. If you hate load times and shit, I will say now, even though sometimes there can be issues, load times on the PSP when you download a game are so much better. Now, as you'll see, there appears to be a bit of lag. That is because I'm recording the PSP screen, and I can't even control myself well anyway. So let's change to my favorite station, favorite artist, deadmau5. Well, favorite artist in the game, I should say. Okay, now that I know exactly, basically, how I'm playing, upside down. Yeah, this is a bit crummy playing like this, so I can't really play well. But yes, there we are. This is Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars for the PSP. I wish I could record this more easily. Wish I could bloody walk around more easily while trying to film it like this, but I can't. Let's press triangle. Hopefully there is a thing to do. Good. So as you can see, they retain the mini games. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. You gotta hold them. Well, that failed, didn't it? Are there any other cars around here? Here we go. Oh well, can't do it, but you get the idea. So here's the game. Herpaderp, obviously. So, you know, basically the game is Chinatown Wars, exactly how it was on the DS. So there's the game. It looks exactly like the DS version, basically. Graphically, it has a lot of improvements over the DS version. Being at the PSP, it's got more power in it, etc., etc. It's just a more, you know, more capable system of running a game like Grand Theft Auto, as is proven with Liberty City and Vice City Stories, which pretty much made this game look like crap. But I really do enjoy this game, so that's why I bought this. And anyway, I will be buying a $50 network card next week and getting Liberty City and Vice City Stories of the the PlayStation Store, or PSN, next week. So yeah. Some of the controls are kind of sucky for this game, especially like on the PSP. I mean, it's not exactly the best game for the PlayStation Portable. It's, you know, it feels like it's ported. You know, there's not really enough controls because the original controls on the DS were mainly touchscreen. So they've had to incorporate them into the buttons of the PlayStation Portable, which just makes it kind of dodgy at times. But anyway, here's a car, obviously. Crashed into some shit, running over some civilians, crashing into a building. Jump feet 41. So yeah, there's the game. Another thing I'll show you is the PDA within the game. Now, if you remember the PDA from the Nintendo DS, it was just basically a long menu, straight menu, which you could just scroll through with your finger or the stylus. I really love it how they've incorporated it into the PlayStation Portable version. So we'll go into the PDA, and you will notice that the PDA this time on the PlayStation is exact rip-off. Well, not really a rip-off because it's only in the PlayStation Portable version of the game. It looks exactly like the cross-media bar. So, yeah, like I was saying, this version of the PDA is only on the PSP one, and it you know, it shows off basically the same style as the cross media bar from the PSP and the PS3. I really like how they've done that. I like how it's a cross media bar. It's pretty cool. It's neat. You can make shortcuts in the top corners. Sorry, I was trying to hear a noise I was making. So you can put things in the top corners using the left and right triggers, whichever one's which. As you can see up in the corners, that's the PDA features that you have assigned to those shoulder buttons. I've got the GPS and the email assigned to them, which are basically the two most important things in the game. So I'll show you So you go the right thing, it goes to the GPS. Hit the left one, goes to the email inbox. So there you go. And looks like I have a message from Woo. Check that shit out. So yeah, message from my uncle. So apparently he's got a mission for me. So I want to continue playing through GTA Chinatown Wars. So those are the 3 games I have on my PSP right now. Not sure what the next video will be. It most likely will be a like the next vlog. So vlog 13 games I bought recently, episode like 5 or some shit. Because I'm not sure if I'll end up making another video this week, and then next week I'll, like I said, get a $50 PlayStation Network card and buy Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories off the PlayStation Network. And I'm pretty sure I've already explained it in videos before, but why am I buying all these games on the PlayStation Network and downloading them onto the PSP? Because the PlayStation Vita, when it comes out later in the year, only runs PlayStation Portable games that were downloaded, because it doesn't have a UMD drive. It uses like flash memory cards now. But whatever. I don't have any of my old whatchamacallits PSP games. I only have the PSP itself, and I've been downloading the games. So there you go. So yeah, that's it. See you guys most likely next week. MrRhysReviews out.